Alrighty then, time for more One Piece, and I'm gonna start doing it a little bit differently. I'm gonna start instead of reading around 7 chapters each time, I'm gonna start doing reading marathons so I can get through this a bit faster. Essentially, how this is gonna work is I'm just gonna read all day, um, and I'm probably gonna break up the video into like 2 hour segments. So I'll stop the recording every 2 hours or so to start a new one. And then I'll just I guess upload them all at the end or whatever. Or maybe in between each one I'll upload them. But yeah. So I should probably get through this a bit faster since before I was kind of just reading 7 chapters and calling it a day. So we'll see how much chapters we get through today. I believe the current arc is what is the current arc? It's called Syrup Village arc. All right. It's chapters 22 through 41. Oh my. Okay. All right. We're going to read start off with the Syrup Village arc. See how far we get today. All right. Hold on. Let me go back. All right. Let's open the first chapter, chapter 22, Strange Creatures. All right. All right, chapter cover is a picture of Luffy with a big old mallet. He appears to be smashing with the mallet some kind of, I want to say, giant wooden bowl, maybe? And there's rabbit people watching him do it, and they're, I don't know, surprised or something. I don't know. These covers are always super weird. But anyways, let's get into the chapter. Here, we got them on their boat that they stole from the clown pirates with the little clown nose, the flag, and all that. There's some seagulls going scree scree. Uh, you fixed it, says Luffy. I forget what was broken, but yeah, it's fixed totally. Yeah, whatever it is, I don't remember. All right. We got Nami saying it's a temporary fix. I just sewed up the holes. Oh, she fixed the hat. That's what was broken. Yeah, she sewed up the holes. It'll be fine if you aren't too rough with it. Thanks. That hat was full of holes. And now you can't even tell, says Luffy. Uh, and he's poking at the hat. Poke, poke, poke. Um, uh, it's all, and he's accidentally pokes another hole through the hat as he's poking it. And then Nami reacts with exclamation point, and Luffy says, "Oops." And then Nami's angry, and she says, "You don't listen." And she looks like she's pulling his eyelash. I think I don't know. And he says, "Yow." And there's a sound effect of Bushu. Um, you stabbed me with that needle. Oh, she stabbed him with a needle? Okay. Um, well, that's the only way I can hurt you, says Nami. Oh, does that actually hurt him? I thought he was kind of stab proof, but okay. You're right. Uh, cut the racket. I can't sleep, says Zolo. And I'm starving, he says. Wait, is he saying that or is that Luffy saying that? It could be either one. Probably Zolo. Right. And Zolo says, "Hey, share some of your rations with us." And Nami says, "What's wrong with you guys? Don't you know anything about seamanship? You don't even have any food or water. You have to respect the sea." Hey, I see something, says Luffy. How have you lunkheads survived this long? Nami says. We managed, says Zolo. Hey, it's an island. Says Luffy as he's looking off in the distance. For some reason, the next panel is binocular vision, despite the fact that nobody seems to have binoculars. I don't think. Forget it. It looks uninhabited. Hold your course. Presumably. Nami? Maybe? And then, oh, they've gone onto a smaller boat and started rowing towards the island, and Nami's upset and says, come back. And then there's a doom sound effect. And then a creak creak goes their boat going towards this island as they're rowing. Maybe there's someone there who will join our crew. Maybe you can find some food, but Nami's right. We're not prepared. All right. A shot of the sky and ocean and the island and two birds. And Luffy saying we found a deserted island. And ooh sound effect as they're on the island looking at it. Looks like there's nothing here but trees, says Nami. Dawn sound effect. And then Nami says, I told you it was uninhabited. You won't find anyone to join your crew here. Hey Zolo, get over here, says Luffy, as Zolo seems to be still in the boat. Uh, Looks like he's sleeping with hrunk sound effects. He's asleep, says Luffy. Uh, and it looks like Luffy was going to like, approach him and wake him up, but Nami stopped him, grabbed his back of his shirt, and Luffy saying, "Humph." Uh, Let him rest. He's still recovering from his injuries, says Nami. Luffy says, "Good thinking. Okay, let's go." Go where, says Nami. Maybe there are people living deep in the forest, says Luffy, as he begins walking into the forest. People, says Nami. No hungry monsters, maybe. Alright. Speaking of which, there's some kind of looks like a cross between a rooster and a fox. I don't know what I'm looking at, but okay. It says cluck cluck cluck, says this creature. And Luffy says, huh? And Nami says, huh? And there's a tump tump sound effect of its feet moving, I guess. And a cluck cluck again. What is that? Says Nami. Cluck tump tump as it keeps walking. Okay, next page. It looks like Luffy is holding what appears to be a cross between a rabbit and a snake. Alright. Hey, look, it's some kind of weird rabbit. I mean, I would have called it some kind of weird snake, but sure. Let's focus on the ears and not the entire rest of the thing that's clearly a snake. But okay. And it says as a snake does. Yeah, weird is right, but more like a weird snake than a rabbit. Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. Quick break. If I did any amount of editing on my videos, that would probably just edit it out. But anyways, I just had to blow my nose real quick. All right. Okay, yeah. So yeah, more of like a weird snake than a rabbit. All right, we got another animal. Looks like a cross between a pig and a lion. And look at that lion, says Luffy. Uh, and there's a shuff shuff sound effect of the lion pig walking. Lion, says Nami. That's some strange breed of pig. I I said grunt grunt. Yeah, he's the pig's going grunt grunt. Another shot of the sky. There's something odd about this forest. Do not come any further, says a voice. Huh? And then Luffy says, huh, again? And who said that? Said, Nami? Who are you? She says, I am the guardian of the forest. And Luffy says, the guardian of the forest, question mark? That's right. If you value your lives, you'll, leave this place now. Are you pirates? Says the voice. That's right, says Luffy. Why would he ask us that? So you are pirates? Says the voice. Don't you dare take another step into this forest. If you do, you must face the trial of the forest. Will you risk having your bodies dismembered? Luffy says, who cares? And the voice says, wait, is it the voice speaking? No, it's Luffy saying this. Were you asking me all this stuff? Oh, why are you asking me all this stuff? And now he says, what's he talking about? Luffy says, I think something's wrong with him. What did you say, you straw-hatted fool? Says the voice. Uh, where are you? Show yourself, says Nami. Luffy says, I think he's over there. Dot dot dot. And the voice says, I warned you not to come any closer. And then a shuffle sound, as I guess this whoever's speaking is approaching. Now you must face the trial of the forest, says the voice. And then Luffy says, question mark. And Nami and or Luffy says, huh? Okay. Looks like Luffy got hit from behind and he's being pushed forward or something. He says home as he's being pushed or knocked or whatever. And there's a bam sound effect and an awe from I don't know Luffy or Nami, one of the two. And a wing. Looks like something was attempting to pierce through Luffy, maybe a bullet, but it kind of just didn't. And he bounces whatever it was back in the other direction, and Luffy says oof, and then there's a foam, and Nami says double exclamation point. Then the voice says dot 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 exclamation point question mark, and it goes on to say dot 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 huh dot 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 exclamation point question mark. And Nami says that really scared me. Was that a gun? Wow, even bullets can't hurt you. Okay. And Luffy says, no, but they scare me too, so I don't like being shot. She's saying something, but it's very small. Woo? Maybe? Weh? I don't know. And the voice says, what are you? And then Luffy says, what are you? The bullet came from over here, says Luffy. And then the voice says exclamation point, and then it says, "Look, there's a pistol on the ground." And they're looking at some kind of treasure chest with an afro. I think. What's this? It looks real suspicious, says Nami. Dot 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 says the treasure chest with the afro. And then there's a and a question mark. And then it starts running away with feet coming out of the bottom. Now he says, "Hey, it's moving," and a thump 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 of it running away. And then it looks like the I don't know what the treasure chest with the afro says "ung" as it's running away, and then Luffy says dot dot dot, and then there's a thwomp as it's I think it falls over. Yeah, it looks like it fell over. And we got a face for the guy in the treasure chest. It says, "Hey, help me up." And then a dune sound effect, I guess. It's a person. This is not me. Help me up. I said, says the guy in the treasure chest. He looks like a shrub, says Luffy, and then Nami says, he tripped himself and now he's acting uh indignant. I got a shot of the sky with a voice saying, "The fruit of the gum gum tree. Dot dot dot. The devil fruit. A." I guess that's the guy in the chest talking. I've heard details. Presumably still the guy in the chest speaking. But this is the first time I've ever met someone who's eaten the fruit. We got the doom sound effect. As we got a shot of him in the treasure chest still. And apparently a little thing saying his name is Gaemon, Gaemon, keeper of the island. And Luffy says, and this is the first time I've ever seen a guy stuck in a treasure chest. Are you a boxer? What? Well, when I was younger. Hey, that's a stupid joke. I also don't know if that translates to English very well. I don't. There's probably way more sense in Japanese. But anyways, oop, okay. Another quick break. To blow my nose again. Alrighty then. Yeah, stupid joke. Okay. All right. Oh, microphone. Calm down. All right. The guy in the box says, "I'm stuck and I can't get out. I've been alone on this island for 20 years. You can't imagine how miserable I've been. 20 years," says Lummy. You've been all alone? That's right, 20 years. Luffy says, "You must be stupid." And the guy in the box says, "I'll murder you." And then Nami says, "Dot dot dot." And then, yeah. Sound effect? I don't know what the hell yeah is, but okay. 20 years, it's been a long time, says the guy in the box. That's why my hair and beard are this long. Um, and I used to have two eyebrows. Oh yeah, he does have a unibrow, doesn't he? It looks like he has a little. He looks like he's sighing, but also it doesn't say sigh. But and he goes on to say, I haven't had a conversation with another person in all that time. Uh, and Luffy is now pulling on the guy's jaw. Ow, ouch, what are you doing? Yank yank sound effect. You're stuck, says Luffy. Cut it out, you'll break my neck. Alright. Don't be reckless, says guy in the box. I haven't had any exercise for all these years. By now my body's grown into the shape of this box. And he goes on saying, I can't get out, and if you break the chest, you'll break me with it. Okay. He's one with the chest at this point. Now he says, but dot dot dot. How did you get in? Wait, how did you get here in the first place? You said you were a pirate. That's right. So far, I only have a crew of three, says Luffy. And the guy in the box says, well, I used to be a pirate too. And Luffy says, really? And he goes on to say, or the guy in the box, it was great risking my life in the pursuit of treasure. It's fun, huh? Says Luffy. You got a treasure map? Says the guy in the box. I've got a map of the Grand Line, says Luffy. I'm going after the One Piece. Okay. What's the One Piece? Says the guy in the box. You're not, seriously. Oh no, what? The One Piece? Okay. You're not seriously thinking about entering the Grand Line. Says the guy in the box. The guy, and then he shows him the map. Luffy shows the guy in the box in the map. He says, so, where is this Grand Line? I don't know. Can you tell me where it is, Mr. Shrub? Um, and then in the next panel, they look like they're laughing, but the guy in the box says, I can't read maps. You can't, says Luffy. How can they call themselves pirates, says Nami. And they're saying, ha 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 ha. And then another sound effect of, oh no, it's Nami saying pathetic. Um, and Nami says, okay, look, whip as she grabs the map. You know where the red line is, right? Yeah, says the guy in the box. It's the strip of land that divides the oceans. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is definitely not Earth. Okay. That's right. The world has two oceans. All right. I mean, I think it was pretty obviously not Earth, but this is definitely not Earth. Cause yeah, we'd have more than two oceans. Anyways, and there is a strip of land that divides the two seas. That's the red line. To be honest, I kind of thought I would have figured that was the Grand Line. But I guess it's the red line. Okay. Um, now there's a town at the center of the red line, says Nami. Um, and there's a sea route that cuts through the town and goes around the world. Wait, and there's a sea route that cuts through that town and goes around the world. That's the Grand Line. Okay. So it's not the land mass that divides the oceans, but it's okay. Okay. If you say so. Uh and let's see, Nami goes on to say Gold Roger, the king of the pirates, was the only person who ever managed to rule it. They say it's the most dangerous sea route. If the One Piece is somewhere along that line, says Luffy, all we have to do is sail around the world. Sounds easy enough. Don't be dense. It's not so easy, right? Apparently, it's not so easy. They also call the Grand Line the Pirates' Graveyard, you know. And the guy in the box goes on to continue to say, yes, the Grand Line. I have seen pirates who've managed to make it back from that voyage. Uh, and now we're getting like a flashback of what the guys in the box are talking about. They're broken men, almost zombies. You can tell just by looking at them. We got like a lot of very tired looking, defeated looking people. Whether pirates or monsters, they've seen terrible things. None will speak of it, but the sight of them proof enough. The Grand Line is a place of horrors, of horror. Nami says, exclamation point. Oh, guy in the box goes on to say, to find the One Piece and come back alive is almost impossible. It's hard to tell truth from rumor. But it's been 20 odd years since the great age of pirates started, and no one's got that legendary treasure yet, says the guy in the box. Understand the search for the One Piece is a fool's dream, says the guy in the box, and Luffy says, maybe so, but I think we'll find it. And Nami says, Give it up. There's plenty of other treasure to be had. Why get ourselves killed? Luffy responds, we'll find it. I'm very lucky. And Nami says, fine, I don't know where your confidence comes from. And the guy in the box says, that's a thought. And the guy in the box goes on to say, I'll tell you why I haven't left this island. And then Luffy says, what, Mr. Shrubman? Uh, and the guy in the box says, hope. I still have hope. And Luffy says, about what? 20 years ago, I was a pirate when I came to this island. We'd heard there was treasure here. He says, we even had a map of it. It's no use searching this island anymore. All 200 of us have been hunting for 3 weeks. Um, and we've all found, and all we found is one broken empty treasure chest. All hands back to the ship. Says one of the pirates in the flashback, and the crew says "Yar" or whatever. I guess it's a shot of the sky, so I don't really know who's talking. Hey Gaemon, come on, we're leaving. And this is like, the guy in the chest. What he looks like when he was younger. Also, he still has a unibrow, so he was definitely lying about having 2 eyebrows. Because in the flashback, he still has a unibrow. And Gaiman, I guess, says, alright, Gaiman, 20 years ago. That cliff, says Gaiman, as he's looking at a big old cliff, that the captain was standing in front of it the whole time. I wonder if anyone actually went up there and looked. He's, climbing this cliff. Little mini mountain looking thing. A criff sound effect and a whap sound effect as he's climbing the cliff, and then a unna as he's out of breath or whatever, and a criff as he's still climbing, and a triple exclamation point, and a box of him speaking in the present, I guess, saying, I couldn't believe my eyes. It's up here. Ta-da. As he's found a whole bunch of treasure chests. He says, I found it. Hey everybody, or exclamation point, question mark. And, and then he slips, or like part of the cliff breaks, and he, falls. And he says, yeah, boom, wonk. And, he falls into the empty treasure chest at the bottom. And I fell into this treasure chest and got stuck. Okay. When I woke up, and it shows him in the treasure chest, in the past, and he sees his, ship sailing away. He says, aw. And there's a shuffle sound effect of him, I guess, approaching, the side of the island to see this. Anyways, they're sailing. He says, my crewmates had already set sail. Da da da. And in the past, he's saying, that means the treasure is all mine. Hooray. And he goes back to the cliff and he says, arg. Thump. And then, I can't climb up the cliff like this. I'm stuck. And he's back at the side of the island saying, come back, you guys. He's screaming. This looks like the sun is setting. And back in the present, and nobody's been here for 20 years, says Luffy. No people came, lots of people. No, he says, no, come on. People came, lots of people, mostly pirates looking for treasure, but I scared them all off with my, trial of the first bit. And also he's got his gun again. Um, all that treasure I saw up on the cliff, I just can't bring myself to part with it. He says as he's also continuing to flash back and of when he was looking up over the side of the cliff at the treasure. Um, and he says, "If only I weren't stuck in this chest. All this time I've protected that treasure. It's mine, all mine." And then Luffy has his eyes closed and he says, "You're absolutely right. It's rightfully yours," says Luffy. And looks like Nami is saying, "Gaiman, I'll go up there and get that treasure for you." Really, that would be great, says Gaiman. Yeah, I think says someone. Nami, the Gaiman, I don't know. And I'm glad I told you my story, says the Gaiman. Um, but you're a pirate and a thief, says Luffy. Shut up. I'm a thief, but I'm not heartless, says Nami. Okay. I mean, I feel like it would be trivial for Luffy to get up there, but sure, Nami, why not? Go for it. And we got a Doom as we're looking at the cliff again, but in the present, and Nami's like at the foot of it and ready to start climbing. Here we go. This is it. Says, oh, Nami, I guess. It's been a while since I came here. Says, I guess Gaiman. Um, Luffy says, "Why didn't you tell anyone else your story like you told us? I never trusted anybody besides, uh, I never trusted anybody, period, besides dot dot dot. None of the others ever tried to talk to me. Uh, and for some reason we got the disembodied voice bubble again. Oh boy, the treasure is so close. Finally, today's the day. This is the guy in the box. Nami says, with a hand on Luffy's shoulder, she says, "Luffy, do your stuff. You want me to do it?" Well, I certainly can't climb that sheer cliff. I'm counting on you, Straw Hat Boy, says the guy in the box. Luffy says, "Okay." And Luffy stretches an arm to the top of the cliff with a breen sound effect and a wuck as he grabs the cliff top. And the guy in the box says, "Wow." And then a spring as Luffy launches himself up. He did it. This is the guy in the box. Uh, and Luffy says, "I see them," as he's holding one of the chests. 5 treasure chests. Yippee, says the guy in the box. Throw them down here. But don't drop them on us. Ha 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 ha. Forget it, huh? Says Luffy. Okay, yeah. Luffy says, "Forget it." Guy in the box says, "Huh?" And he says, "Da." And Nami says, what was Nami saying? Why is my screen going off? Okay. Luffy, are you insane? Stop joking around and throw him down here. Throw them down, says, I guess, Nami again. Forget it, I don't want to, says Luffy. Darn it, Luffy, says Nami. It's okay, he doesn't want to do it, says the guy in the box. How can you say that? It's your treasure. Straw Hat Boy, you're a good kid. Um, Nami says, "What?" Sniff, sniff, says the guy in the box. I suspected this might be the case. I had my fears, says the guy in the box. But I just didn't want to believe it. Oh, are they all empty? They're probably all empty. They flump as, like, Luffy sits down now. They're empty. Boo, hoo, hoo. Sound effects, aren't they? Number says, "What?" Yup. They're all empty. It happens all the time with treasure maps. Says box sob sound effect or whatever. You get you get your hands on a treasure map, but someone's already taken the loot. Nami says, but you've been guarding them for 20 years, and they were empty. And uh, Nami says, and then Luffy says dot dot dot, and then Luffy says ha 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 ha, and followed by another ha 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 ha. Don't feel bad, Mr. Shrub. Head. You're lucky we showed up. Another 30 years and your whole life would have passed you by. And the guy in the box says, kid. Dot dot dot. Nami says, Luffy. Dot dot dot. Well, only one thing will make up for a disappointment like this. You're going after the One Piece with me, says Luffy. You want dot dot dot. You want me to join your crew, says the guy in the box. Alright. And then we got a swoosh. And a shot of the sky and the water and the island. Are you sure? You really want to stay on this island? I guess, says Luffy. Uh, yes, not nice. Yes, dot dot dot, says kind of box. Nice of you to ask me to join, but this is my home. There's no treasure, but I can still be the guardian of the forest. This is the guy in the box. And Luffy says, or maybe Nami says, why? Did you see all the unusual animals that live in the forest? Nami says, all those weird snake, rabbit, and lion pigs. Um, More people come to this island looking for exotic animals than for treasure. I've grown fond of all those critters after all these years. I don't want to abandon them. And Luffy says, you're sort of an exotic animal yourself. And the guy says, watch it, Buster. And then he goes on to say, in a way, I'm relieved that there's no treasure. I can finally stop fretting about it and enjoy this island. Too bad you won't be coming with us. I kind of like you, says Luffy. And the guy just says, you'll get yourself a great crew. Now go find the One Piece and make the world your oyster. Luffy responds, thanks, I will. And then he says, see ya, as he's going back to the ship. And then got shot Zolo still sleeping. And so Luffy and his friends leave Gimen and his island. We got a shot of various other animal hybrids. Got the pig lion, the snake rabbit thing, the rooster. What was it again? A fox. Looks like maybe a bear deer and a bird poodle and a giraffe bear maybe. And another thing I can't really make out. Yeah, and so Luffy and his friends leave his island and resume their voyage to the Grand Line. Okay, that was another chapter. Alright, cool. Chapter 23 now. The Dread Captain Usopp. Okay. Just real quick break to blow the nose again. Alrighty then. The Dread Captain Usopp. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, the cover is a I want to say a frog person, and they're on lily pads, and Zolo's there, and they appear to be crafting a barrel. the frog person has a little mallet hammer thing. He's to and Zolo's helping, and Luffy's there with a mallet too, and Nami's in the background, but she's turned away from the thing, so and she has an umbrella. Okay. And then we got a shot of them on the boat. Actually, two boats. I think Nami's on a different boat. But and then we got Nami saying, "We're being rash." Doom sound effect. Uh, Loses why. We can't sail the Grand Line like this, says Nami. And then Nami says, or Luffy says, "You're right. That shrub man gave us a lot of fruit." Did he? Okay. But we need meat to keep our strength up, says Luffy. I'm not talking about food, says Nami. And Zolo's awake now, and he says, "She's right. We don't have a drop of grog aboard." And Nami says, "I'm not talking about booze either." And she says, "We're headed for the Grand Line, the most dangerous lane in the ocean. Uh, and don't forget the most successful pirates alive are after the One Piece 2, and their ships are big and sturdy. Uh, Ours are little tubs, and we don't even have a crew. If we go on like this, we'll never survive this foolhardy venture." "So what should we do?" says Luffy. We're going to plan ahead and prepare. There's a village little south of here," says Nami. And Nami goes on to say, "Our first priority is to acquire a proper vessel." And Luffy says, "And eat meat." Okay. We got some guy here. Um, Thinking of how to describe him. I don't know. He's just a guy. He looks maybe like a mechanic or something. Anyways, he says, a new day." And there's a scree from the birds in the sky, and a plush as, I don't know, something hits the water, I guess. And then another scree from the birds. The sun shines bright and cheerful on the sea. Okay, his name is Usopp, village youth. Okay. Got some birds in trees saying tweet tweet, and a little village in the background of the birds in the tree. And looks like, I guess, the guy who I said looked like a mechanic, Usopp, is saying horrors, and they thump 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 as he's running towards the village, and he says, "We're doomed. Um, the pirates are coming. They're they're attacking the village." And he says, "Wah," as he's running into the village. Okay. Run for your lives. What pirates, says someone in one of the people reacting to Usopp running around screaming. And then another person says, "Pirates?" And another person says, "Well, that's Usopp's morning commotion. I'd best be off to work." Okay, sounds like this is typical Usopp behavior, judging by that last person's reaction. Okay, "The pirates are coming," says another person. Or no, that's still Usopp saying that. And they frap. Sound effect as somebody's reading a newspaper. "He's at it again," says so this is like the boy who cried pirates, essentially. Alright. Just kidding, says Usopp. Ha ha ha. He's joking this time. He's not even serious. And someone throws a frying pan at him or whatever, and it says clink. "You lying brat," says one of the guys. "And today I'm gonna teach you a lesson." He's just like climbing out his window. ready to confront Usopp for lying about parts. And there's a clack clack sound effect, and Ooh says Usopp, and here they come. Um, the village people, I guess they're coming. Okay, come back here, liar. All right, so he's also got a long nose, so maybe it's a Pinocchio kind of parallel too. A tump as the village people are chasing him now. Oh, wahaha, catch me if you can. Okay. And a shot of the sky. Darn, he got away again, says the village people who are chasing him. That Yahoo's always causing trouble. I'll teach him. And, Usopp appears to be up in a tree, saying dot 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 dot, many dots. Uh, Crash sound effect? Where'd he go? And Usopp up in the trees, going hee hee hee. I fooled all the villagers again. Alright, he's up in the tree, says hi. I did it again today. Crash sound effect. I don't know what the crash sound effect is, but okay. Usopp goes on to say, just a little jolt of excitement to enliven this boring little village. And one of the people from the village notices Usopp in the tree, and they say, there he is. And Usopp says, huh? And he says, hey, it's you guys. Oh, I got some kids. Okay. Not to the sound effect as they're dressed as pirates, I guess. Hey, Captain Usopp. Good morning, sir. You're a pirate crew reporting for duty. Uh, and their names are Pepper and Carrot, and they're labeled as Village Boy and also Village Boy. All right. Pepper, Carrot, just the two of you. Where's Onion? Still sleeping, I guess, says Carrot. Uh, right? And then or who's the other one? Pepper? Pepper says, yeah, probably. That boy, da da da, says Usopp. Wah. Somebody screaming. And an exclamation point, a question mark from Usopp. And the person who's running screaming says, horse. Thump, thump, thump. Hey, it's Onion. What's he going on about? And that was the two kids saying that, by the way. We're doomed, says Onion. Who's a village boy, and surprise, surprise, Onion is fat. Who could have guessed with a name like Onion? Anyways, thump, 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 thump. As he's running with tears in his eye, the pirates are coming. True, I saw him with my own eyes. Says, he's not that fat. He looked a little fatter in the other picture, but now he's here. He doesn't look too fat. He's just kind of nerdy looking. Anyways, a ship flying the skull and crossbones is coming from the north. And the three call him the liar. And Onion says it's true. Its sail has the sign of Buggy the Clown. Foom. As we got a shot of the boat. You're not lying, says Usopp. It's true. We're in danger, says Onion. It's time for my snack, says Usopp. Don't run away, says the I don't know, the three in a foom as he's running. I have a medical condition. If I don't eat my snack on time, I'll croak, says Usopp. No, Afu, as he's like exhaling. And then the three call him a liar. I forget their names, but one of them says, Captain, don't you want to become a real pirate? And then the next says, a real pirate wouldn't be scared of other pirates. Yeah, there's only three of them. Only three? Then it's not a big ship, says Usopp. No, just two little ones. Alright, Usopp's pirate crew, prepare for action, and a doom sound effect behind Usopp. We'll defend our village. And Usopp is rushing towards the direction of the boat, I guess. Okay, let's go, follow me. And then the three are just saying dot 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 dot. And also there's a yar from Usopp. And then one of the kids say, huh? Or rather, And then Nurse says, okay. And they look excited. And they got a shot of the island that they're on, the ocean and the sky and the birds. There's always birds. What do you know? There really is an island here, says Luffy. Of course there is, says Nami. It's right here on the map. Says Luffy, and they hump as I guess the boat hits the side of the island. Alright. Why? I need to change it so my screen doesn't go dark so quickly. If I don't like keep a finger on my screen, it just goes dark. Anyways, and there's a village here. Yeah, but it looks pretty small, says Nami. Hey Onion, is that them? Are those the pirates? Says Usopp. Yeah, their sail had a skull on it. They don't look very scary to me, says one of the other kids. And then the third one says, yeah. And Usopp says, dot dot dot, as he's watching them, from where they're hiding behind a log. Uh, Solid ground at last, says Zolo. What, you slept the whole time? Slept the whole way, says Luffy, and then Zolo responds, so, dot dot dot, what do you think is up? Dot dot dot. With those guys. Zolo has spotted the guys the Usopp and crew watching them. And they say gasp and triple exclamation point from who knows. Hey you guys, don't run away, says Usopp? Or oh yeah, so the three kids are running away. There's a womp and the thwomp 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 as they're running away. Or they see us. Alright, the kids are scared away. And got the shot of Luffy and crew looking up at the Usopp, and the Usopp going, what's that, 5 dots? Yeah, it's 5 dots. And then the Doom sound effect, and then, Usopp says, I am the notorious Captain Usopp, feared part and ruler of this village. And maybe Usopp speaking still, so you'd better think twice before you invade. A da-dum. I have 80 million men poised to stop you. Um, Nami says, liar. Darn, she saw through me, says Usopp, and a womp sound effect from, who knows. See, I knew it, says Nami, and womp, as I guess Usopp turns to run away or something. Darn, I admitted that I lied. She's a monster of interrogation. Okay, a master of interrogation. And Luffy says, ha ha ha, you're funny, ha ha ha. And Usopp says, hey, are you laughing at me? Usopp goes on to say, I'm a proud man, which is why they call me Proud Captain Usopp. Got a shot of the village, and the little bubble saying, the village restaurant. And then there's blab blab sound effects. The sound effects, and the restaurant is called Meshi. And then a voice is saying, really, you're looking for a crew? Crewman and a bigger ship, says Luffy. Blah, 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 blah. Sound effects in the background. That's right, says Luffy. Wow, what a great adventure, says Usopp. They're all like eating. Well, mostly Luffy's eating, and the others are kind of just watching Luffy eat at this point. Usopp says, well, you won't find any, uh, galleons here in town, but there is a place you can go. Now he says where, that huge mansion that stands out like a sore thumb. That's where the owner of the mansion is. Wait, That's where. Hold on. What are they talking about? Well, fine. I don't know. Anyways, the owner of the mansion, dot dot dot, is a young girl, dot dot dot, and she's bedridden. Now he says, how did she become owner of a mansion? And Luffy says, while having a bone of meat in his mouth, more meat, please, and more grog. Says, presumably, I guess, uh, Zolo. Are you guys listening to my story, says Usopp? And Usopp goes on to say, about a year ago, both the poor girls' parents got sick and died. They left her with a huge inheritance, a mansion, and a dozen servants. Alright. Usopp says, she's rich and lives in luxury. But nobody's more unfortunate than her. Usopp says, and Nami says, dot dot dot. Nami says, forget it. Zolo says, exclamation point, question mark. And there's a WAP as, I guess, Nami slams her the hand on the table or whatever. Nami says, we're not gonna find a ship here. Let's go find another town. And Luffy says, okay, I guess we can spare the time. And I got a belly full of meat. Let's grab some supplies and go. Usopp says, by the way, you said you were looking for a crewman. Luffy says, that's right. Usopp says, I'm your man. I'll be your captain. I don't think they're looking for a captain, but okay. And there's a ta-da sound effect. And they say, no thanks. Don't you want to think it over, says Usopp. A wump. Sound effect, and they're trying to show the mansion. Now, and the Clawdor. What? Clawdor. I don't know. X question mark. What? Sound effect is there's the girl in the mansion. And there's a butler saying, yes, Mistress Kea. I want to see Usopp, she says. Oh, okay. She wants to see Usopp? Okay. Oh, let's do the chapter. Oh boy. Let's go. Next chapter. What's the title is the Lie Rejector. Okay. Number 24, the Lie Rejector. Okay. Cover of this chapter is a beat up looking snake with bandages. It looks very beat up, and there's like two little birds in a bird nest. And then Nami's there sitting on the snake eating an apple. I don't. And she's got a pole. Okay. We got those three kids doing a thump as they're running around town. And they're saying shh and double exclamation point. Onion, are you sure those parrots went in here? Yeah, says Onion. They took the captain in here. We gotta save him. Says one of the others. But real pirates are savages. They'll eat us. And then the other one says, dummy pirates don't eat people. Ogresses do. Now, be brave. Specifically female ogres. Okay. You say so. This will be the greatest battle that Usopp's pirates have ever fought. And then wham, as they open the door, and then Usopp's pirates, they say, and question mark, and from Luffy, are here. And ta-da. Nami says, "Who are they?" Huh? Says Luffy as he's taking a sip of. I mean, it looks like probably coffee, just judging by the type of cup, like a mug. Beats me. Uh, says Luffy. And the kids are saying, "Hey, where's the captain? Could they have finished with him already?" And the kids are saying, "Hey, you pirates, what'd you do with our captain?" Nami says, "Dot dot dot." Give him back. They say. Luffy says, "Aw, that meat was delicious." um, a double exclamation mark from the kids as they're surprised, and they say, "Meat!" Exclamation mark, question mark, gasp. The captain, he couldn't have. And then Nami says, "He, dot dot dot." She's kind of laughing at the response. If you're looking for your captain, says Zolo, uh, what? They interrupt. What did you do to him? Uh, he just dot dot dot, and I do him sound effect. Got gobbled up. All right, they're clearly joking with them. Yeah, ogress. Says the kids. They scream. Why are you looking at me? Says the Nami. Dot dot dot, exclamation point. From, I don't know. And then the kids faint. And then there's a, I don't know, some sound effect. I can't make it out. A thwomp, maybe. It's not funny, says Nami. Ha 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 from Zolo. And a wham as Nami slams her palm on the table again. Another shot of the sky with a roof. Okay. The kids are back up and they say, time to go? Question mark. That's what he said. Then he left. It was probably time for him to go to the mansion, says the kid. One of the kids. The mansion's where the sick girl lives. And then another one of the kids says, "Yeah." Oh, right, yeah. The mansion is where where the sick girl lives, says Nami. And one of the kids responds, "Yeah." And Luffy says, "Why would he go there?" And the kids go and say, "To tell lies." Luffy responds, "That's not very nice." And then one of the kids say, "Yes, it is very nice." Right? And then Onion says, because I only remember Onion's name, "Yeah, it's great." And then Luffy says, "Huh?" We got shot of the mansion, and it's labeled the mansion. You wish to see Usopp? Says a voice. Impossible. And we got shot of the butler. Claw adore the butler. And at the sound effect. Why I just want. And okay, the girl in the mansion says, "Why? I just want to talk to him." The butler says, "Must I explain again? It's not proper for a lady to associate with the biggest liar in the village. He's a bad influence." Kaya says, "Fooey." Kaya, a mistress of the mansion. She's laying in bed. Well, sitting up, laying in bed, but yeah. That's fine. Think of me as you will, says the butler, but I must protect you. Butler says, your body is weak. Usopp's nonsensical stories are too much stimulus for you, but I like them, says Kaya. Please understand your late parents entrusted me with your welfare, and I will watch over you, as he's pushing up his glasses. Um, whoop, sound effect of the glasses being pushed up. Looks like there's some bodyguards outside the gates. As the butler goes on to say, "That's why I hired guards and take all manner of precautions." Yeah, evidently everyone likes doing five dot dot dots this time around. All of a sudden, because we got another five dot dot dots. Okay. And that's from the girl, by the way. And then the butler goes on to say, all for your best interest. And he's still pushing up his glasses, but with both hands. And up, up, or something, whoop, whoop, or something. The girl says, yes, I know. I'm glad you understand. I'll leave your medicine here. See that you take it. And then a wham sound effect as and the girl looks back and says, "Okay." Shot of the sky and a building. Tink tink. Yeah, tink tink. Sound effect and an exclamation point, and looks like Usopp's outside the window. And my screen just went off again. I need to change it so it just doesn't do that, but whatever. Usopp, she says, "You're looking as unhealthy as ever, ma'am, madam." Um, Looks like she says, "I'm sorry, I can't welcome you as a proper guest. Claw Adore won't allow it. He's not really a bad person, though. I don't care. I like being out here anyway. I wouldn't feel comfortable in your fancy old mansion," says Usopp. After all, he goes on to say, "I'm a brave and gallant pirate." And she says, "Well, question mark. What's today's adventure?" Huff huff. I guess she's out of breath or something. Today I'm going to tell you something that happened when I was 5 years old. I fought a giant goldfish that lived in the South Seas. A goldfish, she says. Yeah, and you should have seen the size of its poop, says Usopp. It was big. It was so big, yeah, I thought it was an island and moored my ship on it. Okay, and then she's laughing. And there's the shot of the sky and the roof. And Luffy is saying, "Hey, Tadum." Sound effect. He is a nice guy. Alright, back to Luffy and crew with the kids. And now he says he makes up stories to cheer her up. And he's been doing it for the past year. The kids say, "That's right." That's what I like about the captain. He's a meddler. So the kids like the captain because he's so bossy. I like the captain because he's so boastful, says Onion. And Zula says, he sure's got a lot of good qualities. Um, then the girl's spirit must not be too low. Then the one kid says, "That's right, thanks to the captain." And Luffy's saying, "Well, that sells it," and a doom sound effect. "Let's go ask her to give us a ship." Alright. Now he says, "But we already decided against that idea." And I shot the mansions in the sky. So I'm saying, "Hey you, Tadum." And it looks like Luffy and crew are at the mansion gates. Give us a ship," says Luffy. Okay, let's go in," says Luffy. And I clank, clank as he's climbing the gate. Ever hear of knocking, says one of the kids. And Nami facepalming says there's no stopping him now. And Zo says, "I guess we'll have to go with him." And a flip sound effect of the facepalming of Nami. I don't know what is up with this butler. He's adjusting his glasses again with both hands. And he's saying, what? Um, Intruders, where are the guards? They're on their lunch break, says somebody with what appears to be ram horns? Okay. Ha ha ha. But what did you do with the goldfish? Says Uh, the girl, Kea. I chopped it up and took it to a land of little people. They're still eating it to this day, says Usopp. And after such a glorious feat, the people called uh, out to me, says Usopp. Uh, and somebody saying, Captain. Uh, that's right, they called me Captain, says Usopp. And Usopp says, gasp. What are you guys doing here? And Luffy and crew have appeared. Uh, we brought these guys with us, says one of the kids. And the girl says, who are they? You must be the mistress of this place, says Luffy. Usopp says, oh, they heard of my reputation from afar and came to seek me out. They're the newest members of my crew, says Usopp. Luffy says, yeah. Hey, that's not right, says Luffy. Kea says, a favor? I need to take a drink of water soon. Finish this chapter first. A favor to ask of me? Luffy says, yeah, we want a big sturdy ship. What is the meaning of this? Says a voice. You realize you're trespassing, says the butler. There's an exclamation point from somebody. The butler, says Usopp. The girl says in the window, says, Claudor, dot dot dot. Luffy says, what's the problem? What's his problem? The girl says, you see these people there, dot dot dot. Uh, and the butler cuts her off, says, save your excuses for later. The butler goes on to say, you must all go immediately. Or do you have some business here? Luffy says, I want a big sturdy ship. I can't help you, says the butler. And the butler goes on to say, exclamation point. And it looks like Zolo whaps Luffy on the back of the head. The butler says, you da da da, you're Usopp, aren't you? He says to Usopp, and the Usopp says, gasp. The girl says, da da da, exclamation point. Girl in the window, I mean. Your reputation precedes you. You're the talk of the village, says the butler. Usopp says, thanks. Call me Captain Usopp, if you please. But really, there's no need for flattery, says Usopp. Uh, Butler says the guards, they've reported seeing you lurking around the estate. Do you have any business being here? As the butler's pushing up his glasses again, I guess, with a whoop sound effect. Well, dot dot dot. Yes, I do. I saw a legendary mole enter this estate. I'm trying to capture him. You've a gift for deceit, says the butler. What? Says Usopp. I've also heard stories of your father, says Usopp. You're the son of a filthy pirate, says the butler. I wouldn't put anything past you. Stay away from Mistress Kea, says the butler. A dot 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 exclamation point from Luffy. Wow, his father's a pirate, says Luffy. A dot 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 filthy pirate dot 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 question mark from Usopp. You and Mistress Kea are from completely different worlds, says the butler. Is it money you're after? How much do you want? Exclamation point from Usopp. Exclamation point from Kaya. You've gone too far, Claudor, says the girl in the window, Kea. You owe Usopp an apology. Mistress Kea, oh, why should I apologize to this trash? I'm only speaking the truth. But I do feel sorry for you. Dot dot dot, says the butler. Your treasure crazed idiot father did abandon you. Claw adore, says the girl in the window. Stop bad mouthing my father, says Usopp. Butler goes and say, "What are you getting so worked up about? Why not just fabricate some of your outrageous lies about your father?" He goes on to say, "Just say a he's really a merchant, or that he's not your real father, or perhaps dot 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 exclamation point from Usopp." Oh, and then looks like Usopp punches the butler. "Shut up," he says, and a wham as he punches the butler. A triple exclamation point from the butler, a double exclamation point from Kaya, and the frowny face from Luffy, and the three kids say Captain, and then frowny faces from well, not really frowny, kind of more neutral faces from um the other two crew members of Luffy. I did Zolo and Nami. That looks like maybe the butler saying, "See how he is? His first instinct is violence," says the butler. "He's an animal like his father." And Usopp says, "Shut up. I'm I'm proud that my father is a pirate," says Usopp, and a doom sound effect as he's yelling this. "I'm proud that he's a brave warrior of the sea." Uh, and somebody saying, "You're right, I do make up stories," says Usopp. But there's one thing I'll never lie about. I'll never lie about my pirate heritage." And a dot 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 double exclamation point from the butler. "I'm the son of a pirate," says Usopp. "Hey, wait a minute. Now I remember," says Luffy. Alright, Luffy remembered something, and that's in the chapter. Hold on, I need to get a drink of water. We're taking a break real quick. We're an hour 17 minutes. All right. All right, I'm back. Chapter 25, chapter title Lies. Let's open it. All right, the chapter cover is there's a giant fish. Just a giant fish. And we've got Nami reading a book, sitting on top of the giant fish. Um, I got Zola walking alongside the giant fish. Also, they're not in the water. This giant fish is just on land. By the way, it's just kind of floating. Yeah. So Zola's walking alongside the giant fish. I got Luffy kind of just straddling the giant fish on the side, I guess. Anyways, to the chapter. Captain says one of the kids. Also got a shot of like the butlers just kind of on the ground and everyone's looking at him. "A pirate, a brave warrior of the sea," says the butler. Uh, "That's a deceitful way to twist the truth," says the butler. And he's pushing up his glasses again. Whoop sound effect of that action. Uh, Nonetheless, your behavior is indisputable proof of your ruffian heritage. Usopp says, dot dot dot, in double exclamation point. Lie all you want, dot dot dot, says the butler, but faced with difficulty, your first recourse is violence. Butler standing up now, white patting dust off his pants or whatever, and he goes on to say, "I know you are only kind to Miss Kaya because you're after her." Um, and then Usopp says, "What I?" Butler interrupts with, "I'm onto your scheme, you scallywag. You're trash like your pirate father." Double exclamation point from Usopp. Usopp says that's enough as he grabs the butler by the collar, and with a swap sound effect of him grabbing the collar. Nami says, or not Nami, but the girl in the window, Kaya says, "Stop, Usopp, please, no more violence." And a shot of Usopp's fist with a uh double exclamation point. And we got a dot 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 exclamation point from Usopp as he's looking back at Kaya in the window as he's still holding onto the butler, his collar in. And Kaya says, "Claw Adore is not a bad person. He takes care of me. He only wants what's best for me," she says. He just went too far. And he dot 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 from the butler. The butler swats Usopp's hand away. Leave the grounds, says the butler. This is no place for a ruffian like you. Never come near this estate again. A dot 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 exclamation point from Kaya. Fine, have it your way, says Usopp. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. Okay. A thwomp thwomp as Usopp's leaving now. The kids say Captain. Nami says Usopp. Wait, is that? No, that's the girl in the window saying Usopp. Okay, one of the kids says stupid smelly butler, but it's like butt with the two T's and the dash and the lur. The captain's a great guy. Yeah, fool. Dumbbell. Okay. Knucklehead, says Luffy. I think. Uh, and then you too, Luffy. It looks like, I guess, Solo bonks Luffy in the head. I'm not entirely sure what that's a response to, but okay. Uh, Quadruple dots with a double exclamation point from the butler, and he's still pushing up his glasses. I don't know why he's always pushing up his glasses, and he gets some glasses adjusted so they stop falling. Um, yeah, from looks like Zolo's dragging off Luffy, and Nami's dragging off the kids. And then awe from the kids, and a humph from Luffy, and a come on and fight, says Luffy. Easy, says Luffy, or easy Luffy, says Zolo. Get off this property at once, says the butler. A shot of the sky in the mansion roof, and cough cough from the girl. She's crying or coughing from her sickness into a pillow, and a knock knock at the door, and a cough cough from Kaya. And the butler says, "Time for your lunch, Miss Kaya." Creak as the doors open. "I don't want it. Dot dot dot," says the Kaya. And a cough from her again. "I'm not hungry. It's not going to taste good," she says. You'll upset the cook if you say such things," says the butler. He works hard to create uh health healthful healing foods for you, Miss Kaya. And a dot from Kaya. Kaya goes on to say, must you make me feel guilty? An exclamation point from the butler. I feel bad enough about going behind your back, says Kaya. I talked to Usopp against your wishes, but you didn't have to drive him away like a dog. A from the butler. May I sit, says the butler. She says yes. A thwomp as he's sitting on the side of the bed, and a from who knows who. There 3 years ago, I came to this estate. He says, I'll never forget that day. As he's pushing up his glasses yet again, and thinking back to the day he speaks of. Before that, I had worked aboard a ship. I made one small mistake, and they marooned me here. I was forsaken and alone. Finally, I wandered into this village. I was penniless, homeless, and helpless. I would surely have ended up dead in a ditch. Then your father took pity on me. I owe my life to your late parents. Um, and and you You are the daughter of my benefactors. And she says she's listening to the story. He goes on to say, I realize I went too far, I have no right to interfere with your choice of friends, he says. He goes on to say, but that Usopp, he was a very bad reputation. He has a very bad reputation. However, he may try to uh, whitewash it. Um, he goes on to say, if if he should ever lay a hand on you I'll have failed you and your father from the girl. But just now I know I went too far. He says, no doubt you hate me. He says, and she says, I don't hate you. I am grateful to you, but it was still wrong. Usopp is a very good person. Butler standing up now, he says, indeed, Claudor, uh, you just don't understand, she says. You're right, I don't understand. And they whip sound effect of him, I don't know, enough whoop, pushing up his glasses and putting one arm behind his back as the very butlery of him. Anyways, there's another shot of the sky and the roof. We got two of the kids with Nami and Zolo, and they're kind of just leaning up against the fence, but Nami's sitting on top of the fence. Nami says, I wonder where Luffy went. Who knows? Maybe he went after the captain, says Zolo. One of the kids says, we know where the captain went. Yeah, to the beach, says the other kid. Whenever something happens, that's where he goes. And then they go on. The kids both say simultaneously, want to see? Zoe says no thanks. Hey, aren't you missing someone? Says Nami to the kids. Yeah, Onion, they say. He always disappears, and then he comes running back, screaming. Wah, it's horrible. A backwards man? A thwomp 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 of Onion running, and they say, Onion, one of the kids. It's horrible. Wah, thump thump thump. A backwards man. Okay. There's a strange man headed this way, walking backwards. They call him a liar. The two kids, and he insists that it's true. And then he says, "Look." Onion points. Question mark from I guess Nami. All right, there's a guy moonwalking basically backwards, in like a black coat and hat, honestly looking like Michael Jackson from behind, I guess. He's approaching, getting closer, and there's a shuff shuff as he's walking. All right. To doom sound effect on the next page, and then this mysterious guy has like heart shaped sunglasses. All right, and then he says, "Hey, who just called me strange? It's not. I'm not strange. The Django, the hypnotist. Okay, and a shuff sound effect from his feet. Uh, you're a little strange," says Nami. Don't be silly. I'm just your typical traveling hypnotist, says uh, the Django. One of the kids, Onion, says, "Wow, a hypnotist." The next kid says, "Show us a trick." The third kid says, "Yeah, show us." And the Django says, "What?" Don't be silly. I don't even know you, says the Django. Why should I perform for someone I've only just met? Oh, well, look at the ring. Uh, yeah, look at the ring. Okay, so he's got like a ring on a string, doing a little hypnotist kind of thing with it going back and forth. Here, then you are gonna perform, says Zolo. Uh, when I say 1, 2, Django, you'll fall sound asleep. A twa sound effect from the thing, the ring on the string. Ready, he says 1 dot 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 2 dot 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 from the kids. Okay, it looks like the Django has also fallen asleep along with the kids, and they're all snoring. With a thwomp from the falling and a whomp from more falling and a zzz and a whomp whomp. Uh, and now that's strange, says Zolo. Kirsch sound effect of the waves hitting the side of the island, and a ploosh for, I don't know, who knows, the ocean sounds. And I got Usopp, who is sitting looking at the ocean with a tree next to him, and Luffy's upside down, saying, "Hey." A doink sound effect and a gasp from Usopp as he's surprised from upside down Luffy. Uh, Here you are, says Luffy. A ta-da. And Luffy's hanging by the feet from the tree. Don't sneak up like that, says Usopp. Yeah, Yasop, says Luffy. He, uh, he's your father, right? Oh, Yasop. Okay. Exclamation point from Usopp. A thwomp as Luffy kind of just falls out of a tree and does a handstand kind of thing. A dot 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 double exclamation point from Usopp and a dot 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 question mark from Usopp again. I won't. Okay, now Luffy's sitting. How do you know my father's name? I met him when I was a kid, says Luffy. What, really? You met my father? Says Usopp. Yup, says Luffy. And you look just like him. I thought you looked familiar when I saw you. Dot 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 from Usopp. I just figured out why. Do you know where my father is now? Says Usopp. Nope, says Luffy. Luffy goes on to say, but I'm sure he's still with Captain Red-Haired Shanks. Okay. Yasop is a crewman on my favorite pirate ship. And Usopp says, huh? Really? Usopp goes on to say, so he's with Captain Shanks? Red-haired Shanks, eh? Says Usopp. And a crush sound effect of the ocean waves. Shanks goes on to say, he's with Shanks, exclamation point question mark. And Usopp looks surprised. And a blink sound effect of Usopp being surprised and a exclamation point from Luffy. And Luffy goes on to say, "You heard of Shanks? Ulp." Of course I have. He's a great pirate, says Usopp. My father's with a famous pirate crew. Speaking of great, I recall Usopp was a great shot. I never saw him miss. Um, Bam! Sound effect as a apple is being shattered from a bullet. And this is a flashback, by the way. Wow, you're amazing, says presumably young Luffy, I guess. That's nothing. I can shoot the whiskers off an ant at 50 paces. Okay, I didn't know ants had whiskers, but sure. I think you're thinking of antenna, but yeah, okay. Now they're at the bar or whatever drinking. And the gulp from Yasop. And then Yasop saying, Luffy, I got a son, dot dot dot. He'd be just about your age. Luffy says, not again, you've told me this 1,000 times. And a wham sound effect of the mug of alcohol being slammed on the table, and the whap as I guess he's whapping Luffy's head or something. And you're gonna hear about him 1,000 times more. It says Yasop Nagya as from Luffy as Yasop is looks like he's bonking Luffy on the head with the mug with a bonk sound effect and a wonk oink oink. I don't know what that sound effect is, but okay. It's a hard thing to be parted from my son, but I had no choice. That pirate flag kept calling me. Um, and there's Yasop with the crew of pirates, and he's saying, yeah. Or the pirates are saying, yeah. Or is this at the bar? They're all saying, yeah. Anyways, Yasop was a great pirate, says Luffy. Back to the present. Dot 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 from Usopp. A great pirate, says Usopp. Um, yes, sir. He sailed off into the boundless sea. My father's out there risking life and limb, and I'm proud of him, says Usopp. That butler said some obnoxious things about him, says Usopp. He'll ruin my father's good name. Luffy says, yeah, I don't like that guy either. Luffy says, so you're never going back to voice. I need you to like hang in there. I've only just started this marathon. I cannot have you going out on me like this. All right. I need to drink more water soon. So you're never going back to Kaya, says Luffy. I don't know if that butler begs me to come back. And then maybe I'll go see her. Says Usopp. Luffy says, "You mean that butler?" As he's pointing down at the butler down on the beach. Yeah, that butler. Dot dot dot. Says Usopp. Hey, what's that butler doing here? Like going sound effect of Usopp being surprised. We got the butler with the Django, and the butler says to Django, I instructed you to keep a low profile. What were you doing sleeping in the middle of the village? And they dot 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 from the Django. Don't be silly, I'm not standing out. It's not strange at all. Um, Luffy's looking down at them with Usopp, and Luffy says, there's someone with him, a weird guy. I've never seen him before, says Usopp. Have you prepared Everything necessary to carry out the plan, says the butler. Of course I have, says, I don't remember this guy's name, but the Django, yeah. Um, Operation Murder Miss Kaya is ready to go anytime. Wait, what? Why is that the name of the operation? Exclamation point, from Luffy, uh, and a murder Miss Kaya, I guess are the inner thoughts of both, um, Luffy and Usopp from hearing this. Okay. I need to get a drink. That was the inner chapter. What are we doing on time? 1 hour 40. We can probably have time for one more chapter after I get a drink. Oh, all right. I got a bottle of water with me now, so I don't have to leave to take a drink. All right. Chapter 26. We got Captain Kuro's plan. All right. Who's Kuro? Okay, let's just open the chapter. Chapter cover is oh gosh, okay, there's woodpeckers and Luffy's in the little kind of watchtower on a like a boat. And the woodpecker knocks the watchtower down by pecking at the at the tower thing, and they got Zolo trying to stop the woodpecker, but he's too late, and then Nami's kind of just watching from the background. And Luffy's just kind of blissfully unaware while looking through binoculars, and also there's a woodpecker on his head. Another woodpecker, um, picking at the little side of the little platform he's on. Okay. First thing, Django. Don't say murder. It sounds so sinister. Oh yeah, accident. It's going to be an accident, right? Captain Kuro. Quiet fool. I discarded that name 3 years ago. Oh, okay. Don't ever call me that. You're the captain now, says the butler. From Luffy and Usopp as they're listening to this. Hey, what are they talking about? Says Luffy. That's what I'd like to know. Says Usopp. Wait a minute. I've heard of Captain Kuro before. He was famous for his carefully planned pillaging raids. But rumor was that 3 years ago he got caught by the Navy and executed. To tell you the truth, it says the Jenko. I wasn't too sure about this plan. Um, the butler, or I guess Kuro, says, "Oh no?" Question mark. And uh, the Django says, "It was crazy all of a sudden. You quit pirating. You taught us all to work without you." And he goes on to say, and we helped spread the rumor that you'd been executed. As he's facing away from the butler and giving two thumbs down for some reason. You came to this village. Now we're back 3 years later, just like you ordered. You've never steered us wrong before. Says the Django. So I've obeyed your orders, and also the Django sitting on a rock now. But we share of the spoils and better. But my share of the spoils had better be worth it. Says um the Django, and then Kuro says, "Yes, if my plan succeeds, you'll get what you deserve." At the dumb as we got a shot of the Django, and he's saying, "If it's murder, then I'm your man." Remember, you can't just slit Miss Kaya's throat or anything that crude, says Kuro. Her death must appear to have been an unfortunate accident. Don't forget it. It appears you still don't fully grasp my plan, says Kuro. Don't be silly. I understand perfectly, says Django. And Django goes on to say, "We wait for your signal, then we attack the village. We accident the girl to death, and you inherit her fortune." Fool, use your brain. How am I going to inherit her fortune? You just, Django says, have to serve her. And a crack sound effect of, I guess, the Django cracking his knuckles. "Listen, idiot, this is the crucial part of the plan," says the Django, or not the Django, but the Kuro. Before you kill her, you hypnotize her, and you make her write a will that says she leaves her entire fortune to her faithful butler, Claudor! Exclamation point from Usopp. "That's how I will inherit her vast fortune. Very naturally. I've spent the last 3 years earning the trust of everyone around her. No one would question it if she left everything to me. I've earned it." And Django says, or is it the butler? I don't know. Let's just start reading. "So that's why you worked as a butler for 3 years," says Django. "Wouldn't it have been easier to just bust in and take it all at the gunpoint? That's the crude thinking of a pirate. You get the money, but you have to live like a fugitive. What good are riches if you've always got to got the navy chasing you? I've gone legitimate. I'm a pacifist now." As you're talking about killing someone. Anyways, all right. Dead Django says, "Har har har. I guess that there's all kinds of pacifists." And he goes on to say, "And after you went and slaughtered the girl's whole family," the Kuro says, "I've never slaughtered anyone. Kaya's parents' deaths. Well, that wasn't part of my plan." Sure, whatever you say," says Django. "Just hurry up and give us the signal. We've been anchored offshore for a week now." Or he got shot of like the parts of his Kuro's crew, and they're all shadowy, and I can't quite make out the details of what they look like, but they're saying heh heh heh. And the Django says, "Those cutthroats are ready to cut each other's throats by now." They a quadruple uh looks like Luffy and Usopp. Another from Usopp. And I'm getting messages on my phone. I'm just gonna ignore those. Probably also just mute my phone too while I'm at it. Okay, but we got a a bump, as I guess it's Usopp's heart beating. How horrible. I've really just heard something horrible," says Usopp. If he says, what did they say? It sounded kind of mean. uh, Usopp says, weren't you listening? It's horrible. They're serious. Oh, Usopp says, he was after Kaya's family fortune this whole time. For 3 years. He's been plotting to get it all. That butler is Captain Kuro. He's still alive. A shot of the back of Kuro's head. I picked the wrong guy to punch out. He's gonna kill me. And Usopp says they're gonna attack the village and kill Kaya. Ba-bump, ba-bump. Is it from the heart of Usopp? This is horrible, really horrible. Dot dot from Luffy. Don't stand up, they'll see you. Says Usopp as Luffy has stood up with a whoop sound effect of Luffy standing up. Hey you guys, says Luffy from the top of the cliff. Exclamation point, question mark, from Usopp and a Doom sound effect. Don't kill Kaya, says Luffy. Triple exclamation point from Kura and Django. And who's that? Says, I guess the butler. Dot dot dot. Double exclamation point from Usopp. And got a shot of the butler looking up and the Django looking up. You idiot! Now they've seen us. Crick crick. A sound effect of, I guess, Usopp grabbing Luffy's arm, trying to pull him away. We gotta run away and hide. They'll murder us. Dot 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 from Kuro. Grr. I guess he's growling. Well, if it isn't Usopp, says the butler. Wah, says Usopp. Gasp, says Usopp. Now they've seen me too. Hear anything? Dot dot dot. Says the butler. Grr, interesting. Usopp says, no, I mean, huh? I just got here, so I couldn't have. We heard everything, says Luffy. Ta-da. Ba-ba-ba, says Usopp and Swap as he swats, Luffy on the shoulder. A dot 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 from the butler. A dot 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 exclamation point from, I guess, Usopp. So they heard us, says Django. Alright then, you guys, look at this ring. What's that? Says Luffy. A Veen sound effect. Oh no, it's a weapon. He's gonna kill us, says Usopp. Uh, when I say 1, 2, Django, you'll fall into a deep sleep. 1, 2, take cover. He's gonna get us, says Usopp as he's, now, kneeling on the ground, trying to take cover as though if they're being shot at, but they're not. Okay. I womp sound effect and I dot 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 from Luffy and then the Django says the Django. Looks like Luffy has fallen asleep, but he's still standing. A womp sound effect. I guess of Luffy's head leaning forward. Question mark exclamation point from, I don't know who's it, and as he's snoring and as it looks like the Django is also falling asleep again. Blasted the Django, I thought you had this perfected. And a whoop sound effect as Luffy's falling off the cliff. Huh? Says, Usopp as he notices Luffy beginning to fall off the cliff. What are you doing? You're gonna fall. And a shift sound effect of, I guess, Luffy falling. And a crash as he lands down on the beach or whatever. An exclamation point from the butler. Triple exclamation point from Usopp. Hey, says, Usopp. And a woo sound effect from, who knows. You okay? Says Usopp. Didn't mean to kill him, says the Django. He fell right on his head from that height. He's dead for sure. And whap as he's face bombing or whatever. Uh, Usopp says it can't be. He killed him. Killed him. And Luffy's just kind of slumped down on the ground. Django says, "What should we do with the other one? Kill him too?" The butler says, in response to Django's question, "That won't be necessary. No one will believe anything that buffoon says." Exclamation point, question mark from uh Usopp. And Butler's pushing up the glasses. And he says to Django, "Tomorrow at dawn, attack the village!" Exclamation point from Django. Kuro says, "Create a distraction, rough up some villagers, and kill Miss Kaya." Dot dot dot! Exclamation point from Usopp. "Tomorrow?" says Usopp. It's as I said, Usopp. No one will believe what you say, so can't stop me. Dot dot dot! Exclamation point from Usopp. "Curses, curses," he says. Says wah as he was running away with a whoosh sound effect of him running away. "You sure it's okay?" says Django. "Of course, my plan can't fail." And a snork snork from Luffy snoring. We got Usopp running back to the village. "Pirates, pirates," he says. "Thump, thump, thump." It's horrible. They'll, they're all, they'll all be killed. Everyone in the village I grew up in. A thump, thump as he's running. They'll kill Kaya, everyone I love. Thump, thump. All of this village. Who are you? A flashback to, I guess, when he first met Kaya. "I'm Usopp, brave warrior of the sea." "I heard you weren't feeling too well. I'm here to tell you some stories to cheer you up." In the flashback. It's none of your business," says Kaya. "Please leave, or I'll have someone show you out." Says Kaya in the flashback. Dot dot dot! Exclamation point. Back to the present with Usopp still running with a thump thump thump, and somebody speaking in the past, I guess. "I won't hurt you. I'm just a busybody," says Usopp in the past. And then one of the village people says, "Whoa, what was that? Thump thump." Uh, yeah, that's Solo actually saying that. "Captain," says the kids. "Whoosh." "I thought Luffy would be with him," says Zolo. Uh, Nami says, "Is he still upset about what the butler said about his father?" Who knows, says Zolo. The kids say, the first kid says, "No, did you see his face? Something must have happened at the beach. He was pale as a sheet," says Onion. Dot dot dot! Exclamation from Solo. "Hey, how do I get to the beach?" says Zolo. "I smell trouble," says one of the kids. "That hypnotist was headed that way too." It's time for Usopp's pirates to take action. "Yeah, sure, but show me the way to the beach," says Zolo. Usopp's running, saying it's horrible. Thump, thump, thump. "Everybody listen up. Pirates are gonna attack us. Tomorrow morning, pirates are gonna attack this village. Head for the hills." The village people are upset because he's essentially the boy who cried pirates. That lying brat is at it again. That's twice today," says another person. "Forget it, just ignore his fool tales." Another person says, again during lunch, he's early overdoing it lately. That's enough, Usopp, says another person. Gur from growling villagers. That's enough for today. No more, says someone else. No, this time it's for real, says Usopp. That's what you always say, says another angry villager with a broom. Maybe it's time to teach you a lesson, says another villager. I'm always you. Wait, I'm always joking around, says Usopp, but this time it's true. You have to believe me. If you were serious and responsible like Mr. Claudor, we'd believe you. Flashback to Claudor, saying it doesn't matter what you know, you can't interfere with my plan. Dot exclamation point from Usopp. Blast it. Usopp says, you gotta believe me, we have to escape. Everyone's really gonna be killed. We got a shot of a pirate ship from the perspective of like a cave or something. A flap of the pirate ship with a skull crossbones, but it looks like a cat skull, I guess. Um, uh, and Kuro is saying he's on the boat on the pirate ship, saying thank you, my sea wolves, for coming. It's been 3 long years. If this plan succeeds, you'll all get more than your fair share. A whoop sound effect of him pushing up his glasses yet again. Tomorrow at dawn, destroy the village, says Kuro. Hooray, says the pirates. They also say, the 3 cheers for Captain Kuro. They also all appear to have little cat ear hats, I guess. Or maybe dog ears? I think he said dogs or something. Wait, he said wolves. Yeah, that's what he said. We're back at the mansion with the girl Kaya saying, "Have you seen Claudor?" To the other butler with the ram ears or whatever. He said he had business in town. Says, I see. Oh my god. Luffy's still sleeping in a very awkward position, going snork snork. Crush sound effect of ocean waves to be continued in One Piece Volume 4. I mean, I'm reading on an app, not exactly volumes, but sure, why not? Okay. That is probably where we're going to stop, and we're going to start up another recording shortly after I take a break. I need to drink water and stuff, but yeah, I'll be back for more recording. Okay, ending over this recording.